Albert Einstein, the genius who revolutionized our understanding of the universe, had his brain stolen just hours after his death. Albert Einstein, the man who needs no introduction. A towering figure in the world of science, he was the one who gave us the theory of relativity, a concept that completely transformed our understanding of space, time, and gravity. He was an extraordinary man who was always ahead of his time, whose theories brought about a paradigm shift in physics. But what if I told you that the story of Einstein doesn't end with his groundbreaking scientific discoveries or his death? What if I told you that it actually gets stranger, much stranger, after he passed away? On the morning of April 18, 1955, Albert Einstein breathed his last. The world mourned the loss of the great mind, the genius that had changed our understanding of the universe. But while the world was mourning, an unthinkable and utterly shocking event was taking place. Within 7 hours of his death, Albert Einstein's brain was stolen. Yes, you heard that right. Stolen. This wasn't a mere case of body snatching. This was the theft of the brain of one of the greatest scientists the world has ever known. The mind that had conceived theories far beyond the comprehension of ordinary people. It was an audacious act, one that would leave a lasting impact on the legacy of Einstein and stir up a storm of controversy that still lingers today. Now, you might be wondering, how could such a thing happen? Who could have possibly committed such an audacious act? And why? These are all valid questions that we will explore in the coming scenes. Stay with us as we delve into the perplexing events that followed his death. Thomas Harvey, the man who performed the autopsy, was the one who committed the unthinkable act. Now, who was this Thomas Harvey? Well, he was a pathologist at Princeton Hospital in New Jersey, not particularly famous or distinguished in his field. But on April 18, 1955, he found himself in the spotlight when Albert Einstein, one of the most brilliant minds in history, died. Harvey was assigned to perform the autopsy on Einstein. It was a routine procedure, expected to confirm the cause of death as an abdominal aortic aneurysm. But Harvey had other plans. Without the consent of Einstein or his family, Harvey made a decision that would forever link his name with that of the legendary physicist. He stole Einstein's brain. Yes, you heard that right. After the autopsy, Harvey removed Einstein's brain, weighing about 2¼ pounds, and stashed it away in a jar of formaldehyde. The brain that had revolutionized our understanding of time and space was now floating in a jar, a bizarre trophy in the hands of a pathologist. But why? Harvey claimed it was for the sake of science. He believed that by studying Einstein's brain, he could unlock the secrets of his genius. Perhaps he envisioned himself making a groundbreaking discovery, one that would put him on the map in the world of neuroscience. But his actions were not only unethical, they were also illegal. Harvey's audacious act was not immediately known. He managed to keep it a secret for a while, working on the brain in his own time, even after he left Princeton. He dissected it into over 200 pieces, hoping to find that elusive clue to Einstein's extraordinary intellect. Yet, despite his high hopes, Harvey's research yielded little. His act would lead him down a path of obscurity and scandal. But that's a story for another time. For now, let's just say that Harvey's audacious act was just the beginning of a strange and convoluted journey for Einstein's stolen brain. Einstein's brain, now in Harvey's possession, would embark on a bizarre journey spanning decades and thousands of miles. Imagine this, a brain, not just any brain, but Albert Einstein's, being cradled across the vast expanse of the United States. It sounds like a plot from a science fiction novel, doesn't it? But this was the peculiar reality that unfolded in the mid-20th century. Thomas Harvey, the man in possession of Einstein's brain, was not just a thief, but also a pathologist. He had initially lost his medical license due to the unorthodox nature of his actions. This, however, did not deter him from his peculiar mission. He was convinced that the secrets to Einstein's genius lay within the neural folds of his brain. As he moved across the country, Harvey carried with him the brain of the renowned physicist. It was an odd companion, preserved in formaldehyde and tucked away inside a cider box. From New Jersey to the Midwest, the brain went on a journey that Einstein himself, in life, had never undertaken. In his new home, away from prying eyes, Harvey set up a makeshift lab. He spent countless hours, days, and years attempting to unlock the secrets of Einstein's brain. He sliced it into over 1,000 pieces, peering at each one under a microscope, hoping to catch a glimpse of what made Einstein, well, Einstein. Yet despite his relentless efforts, Harvey's studies yielded no groundbreaking results. The brain remained an enigma, its secrets as elusive as ever. The medical community, far from being impressed, was largely dismissive of Harvey's work. His obsession with the brain cost him his reputation and his career. Despite these setbacks, Harvey held onto Einstein's brain. It was kept hidden in his basement, away from the world that had scorned his efforts. In this quiet, unassuming place, the brain of one of the world's most famous scientists lay dormant, its mysteries still waiting to be unraveled. The brain of one of the world's most famous scientists was tucked away in Harvey's basement, hidden from the world. It wasn't until years later that the world would discover the truth about Einstein's stolen brain. In the wake of Einstein's death, his brain had vanished, and the world was none the wiser. The secret of the stolen brain would not be exposed until much later, when an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer in 1978 revealed the truth. The reporter, Stephen Levy, had stumbled upon the story during a casual chat with Thomas Harvey. Harvey, perhaps feeling the weight of his secret, confessed to Levy that he had in his possession the brain of one of history's greatest minds, Albert Einstein. The revelation sent shockwaves through the public. People were astounded, appalled, and intrigued all at once. There were those who viewed Harvey as a villain, a thief who had robbed Einstein of his final dignity. Others saw him as a misunderstood scientist, driven by curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge. In the face of the ensuing uproar, the question of legal consequences arose. But here's the twist. Harvey was never prosecuted. The law was unclear on the theft of body parts, especially when the thief was the pathologist who had been tasked with conducting the autopsy. The legal precedent simply did not exist, so despite the public outrage and the ethical implications, Harvey escaped formal punishment. However, the scandal did cost him. Harvey's reputation in the scientific community was irreparably damaged. His actions were seen as a gross violation of professional ethics and personal boundaries. The man who had once been a respected pathologist was now viewed as a pariah. Yet, for all its controversy, the theft of Einstein's brain sparked a wider debate about the nature of genius and the ethics of science. Was Harvey wrong to take the brain, or was his curiosity justified? Could studying Einstein's brain unlock the secrets of genius? And where do we draw the line when it comes to scientific exploration? As shocking as it was, the tale of Einstein's stolen brain raised fascinating questions about the nature of genius and the ethics of science. From its theft to its eventual discovery, the story of Einstein's brain is as intriguing as it is baffling. Let's take a moment to recap the enigma that surrounds this tale. It all began with the unexpected theft of Einstein's brain, a mere 7 hours after the genius drew his last breath. This act, performed by the seemingly inconspicuous pathologist Thomas Harvey, set the stage for one of the most peculiar stories in the history of science. Harvey, who had neither the permission nor the qualifications to conduct such a procedure, took it upon himself to remove and preserve Einstein's brain. His intentions? To unravel the secrets of the physicist's unmatched intellect. However, this audacious act led to a peculiar journey for the brain, a journey marked by years of hiding, cross-country travels, and countless hours spent in Harvey's own basement. Eventually, the theft was discovered. Yet instead of a scandal, it sparked a wave of intrigue. The scientific fraternity was divided between condemnation of the act and curiosity about the potential discoveries it could lead to. And while Harvey's actions were undeniably unethical, they did contribute to some intriguing findings about the structure of Einstein's brain. Today, the brain's whereabouts are known. Most of it resides at the National Museum of Health and Medicine in Silver Spring, Maryland, with a few slices on display at the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia. Yet, the debate it sparked continues. Questions about the correlation between brain structure and intelligence, the ethics of post-mortem study without consent, and the bizarre fascination with celebrity remains are still being discussed in scientific and philosophical circles. In the end, the strange tale of Einstein's stolen brain remains one of the most bizarre episodes in the annals of science history, reminding us that reality can sometimes be stranger than fiction.